the 1cc run commentary. Uh, as you can notice, since I'm using my graphics card capture, I lost the start of stage one, but we're starting here right with the mid boss. So stage one is in Ketsui. I would say it's very easy. So mostly I'd say you gotta keep it very consistent. Like you shouldn't die and get frustrated with stage one, but you should also try to keep it interesting. So lately, I've been trying to um, score score very aggressively in stage one, and it's the only part of the game where I keep an eye on the combo counter on the upper left. And yeah, so stage one pretty consistent. Um, and yeah, mostly the rest of the 1cc, which we'll get through, uh, has been pretty. It was pretty scuffed. I was really happy to get it. Yesterday, I did a whole bunch of attempts and died on the final boss 2 times. But uh, let's let's keep going with this. So boss one here. Boss one is also pretty easy. The I'd say the less easy part of the game. So nothing major here. It's pretty consistent. It only has one weird attack where the satellites will bunch up and attack you. That can catch you off guard if you've never seen it the first time you've seen it, but once you know that's a possibility, you can definitely react to it. Okay, so a pretty good stage one. Pretty happy with the score. Yeah, I managed to. I think this is actually my best stage one score ever. So going into stage two. Stage two is where a lot of the deaths start happening. So even though it's a pretty easy stage compared to the later ones, I think I should have actually practiced it more because I still get it wrong a bunch of times on the mid boss, on the second session. Even yesterday, I started dying on the first part. This part right here is pretty challenging. I've managed to. It's pretty challenging if you don't have good routing. This routing I really like, where I try to get to the right very early. So the mid boss here, um, mostly reaction checks. This first pattern is pretty static. The second one is pretty random. So I'd say look very much ahead of your ship and just try to react. It doesn't last for too long, so just try to react and stuff. Some people bomb here. Um, I'd rather not. So here's the post-boss part. Sometimes you get two ships depending on the timing, two ships on the left. You can also sometimes skip that ship on the right, especially if you get two ships. Now this second part is pretty hectic. Like you've got to keep on top of stuff, and it's very Ketsui in the sense that the more aggressive you play here, the easier it will be. So I'm trying to take down all big enemies very quickly. And this coming up here is the hardest part. Two ships. Take the first one down as soon as possible. Get some points there on the right. And take the second one down as well. Going into boss 2. I don't like boss 2. I can do it bombless, but I can't be consistent with it. It's just too much of a hassle for not a lot of gains. So I pretty much always use one bomb here on a specific part on the second grenade. The first part is pretty easy as long as you stay centered and um, you want to deal very high damage. So routing is very important. So you can skip this pattern right here. It's a very challenging pattern. Don't want to deal with that. Second part, this is where I'll bomb. This first part still gets me sometimes. I think it's mostly about looking ahead. Grenade here. Want to dodge that. Yeah, the second one. Go all the way to the right. When the second one's about to hit, I bomb. And yeah. Boss 2 here. I think it's very much worth it, to me at least, to spam a bomb. You can definitely learn it, but It's hard to keep it consistent. And with stage 1 and 2, I think you'll have a lot of success if you keep it very consistent, so you can get to stage 3 with close to full resources as frequently as possible. So stage 3 is very aggressive. Things can go very wrong on the first part. I think both the first and the second parts of the stage warrant a lot of practice. You should at least know where all the big enemies spawn, what the challenging parts are. Here we have the kamikaze ships right here, and the first stealth bomber. This stealth bomber just kill it very quickly. And here, I'd like to really thank. Oh, it was gonna be in the description. The Ketsui made uh, safely how to safely 1cc Ketsui was the one that had a lot of very good tips, and this stage he has pretty very good tips. Um, so yeah, this is the first part of the stage. The hard part is over. It's mostly uh, the one right before this. Coming up, mid boss 3, the most important part of the game. I practiced this a lot to get it consistently. I did my own routing for this. I diverged a bit, incorporated a bunch of tips from different people. So I like keeping it very, very fast. This is a great run. I managed to kill the turrets pretty quickly, and we can skip most of the boats on the left. So this tip is from Mark from Electric Underground to try to stay to the center and swipe to the right. So with this tiny, you mostly have to dodge very little. Now this part is pretty bad because killing the submarine pretty quickly, you get more enemies. This one was pretty okay, but you can get a lot more enemies from destroying the submarine quickly. So the second part is pretty hard. I managed to really save my bombs here. I was pretty happy about this. You can sometimes need even 2 bombs. This is the worst section here, kamikaze ships. Second stealth bomber. I managed to lock in pretty quickly to the bomber, and we got a quick kill on it. And this part managed to go out pretty smoothly. So boss 3 sucks. I like to dedicate 2 bombs to it. The first bomb is to destroy the turrets on the top. This will skip pattern 1. Pattern 2, you dodge it. And pattern 3, without the turrets, is mostly free. So I really like bombing the first pattern here. The second one definitely. Oh, I'm sorry about that recording. But yeah, the second one definitely warrants a bomb. So we bomb right here, and yeah, managed to get pretty weird lock hands, but no matter, still got the regular speed kill. Now this is the famous part. You just keep right to the blue bullets on the middle. You can still die to it. It's very annoying, but if you're focused on it, you can get it very consistently. So going into stage 4 here, stage 4, especially all parts, routing is so important. This, especially with Tiger, which is the slow ship, you really want to know whether you're on the right or to the left. You want to. It's mostly about left to right and right to left movement. You got to know where you want to be on each part. This second part of the first part, right here, things get a little hectic. I got out of position and had to bomb here. I did a pretty early bomb, so I tried to make a cut happen there, and the blue ships just didn't let that happen. So a pretty bad second bomb there. Totally unnecessary. 1 bomb for the first part should be more than enough, and usually no bomb is what I try to aim for on stage 4, the first part of stage 4. Coming up here, we have the mid-boss from stage 4, which is an absolute nightmare to deal with. The first part is pretty consistent. You should never die to it. This part, it's pretty important that you're either that you start this pattern right to the side and slowly move in. Now we're getting up to the first phase end here. And right here, I tried to bomb. Right now, I tried to bomb a lot and was out of bomb. But I got very lucky, and I had pretty good reactions here. Mixture of both, and I've never had so many resources at this point of the game. So I was very happy, but also very nervous because I knew this definitely could be the run. I was so well equipped to do well here. And from this point onwards, I got pretty nervous. So let's go to this part. I have no bombs, so I gotta do everything the right way. So this part here, I'm pretty late. I usually want to kill those upper right ships pretty quickly, but managed to dodge everything. Mostly, the red shots can harm you if you stay put or move to the left when that screen is moving horizontally. So this part right here, I don't like this part, and it's my first death. I didn't notice the phase shift on this big enemy right here, and got clipped by that huge shot he does. Big mistake here, but I was out of bombs, so no big deal. First nightmare ship, always want to do it bombless. Second nightmare ship, I can't get it consistent, and especially here since I was very late to it, definitely gonna use a bomb. And we're moving on to boss number 4. I'd say this is the most challenging part of the game. Maybe I've practiced this boss so much. I did a lot of runs starting from this boss, and it's still very hard to get it consistent. I usually want to bomb twice here. Bombing twice is usually my best case scenario. So this early bomb here, I'll always do it. I have it routed because you get the bomb before the boss, so I don't want to deal with this pattern. And bombing here, you also skip this pattern right here. This pattern can get pretty messy, especially when you have to get to the upper part. Things just get very confusing very quickly. This pattern, I just skipped it. It's a very challenging pattern, and I got caught off position very quickly, mostly due to nervousness. So I used 2 bombs here. Definitely don't want to do that. That's a 0 to 1 bomb pattern for sure. Also got clipped on the satellite. That satellite sucks. I died too. In practice on the boss practice I rarely die to it, but on actual runs it's just too high stakes. I actually started just bombing it. So this pattern, you can practice the how to safely survive Ketsui guide has a very good strategy to it. But since I had a lot of bombs, I did not try to no bomb it. Just bomb it. Here I have a lot of resources, and it's stage 5. I'm very excited at this point, very nervous. I have way more than necessary to get through stage 5. So the start is very easy. Just right, left. And here's you could call it the Mega Bomber. It's a lot harder version of the bomber. It has 2 stages. I bombed it pretty quickly. Again, I have a lot of resources, so didn't want to risk it. And things were getting a bit weird. So here we go. This part right here is a very routing heavy section. You really want to kill all the big enemies as soon as possible. Their things are going pretty good, but I can't get from left to right, so have to bomb. But I couldn't create the cut right there. Here, more big enemies. Another one of the really big turret. This was pretty good. Like, things didn't happen as they should, but I managed to salvage it. Got bomb cancel off of it. I was very much counting on it. Now just trying to, even though I'm late, trying to kill all the helicopters as soon as possible. Coming up here is the 1-up part. Very important. You want to keep it consistent. I can do it bombless or using a bomb. Right here is where you use the bomb. I have no bombs, so I won't use it. If I had 1 bomb, I wouldn't use it as well. 2 or more bombs, I just so here was a great part. I got the 1-up pretty late. Sometimes you can die here if you get to the helicopters pretty late. Things can get very hectic. And now the sub boss 4. I think I managed. Oh, bad, bad recording, but yeah, you get the lock-ins at specific times to get the bomb cancel. This is a pretty great bomb cancel. I struggle more with this previous part than this part. This slow part, it can kind of checkmate you with bad patterns. This one was pretty easy, but usually I can get through it. So coming up to the end of stage 1 of this boss. Part 2, I'll give you my best. I never try to do it with no bombs, so this is mostly improvising, looking for gaps and getting through them. And let's see if we get it. We do. I didn't really remember that. So yeah, I never do that on bombless. It's very, very tricky. This part is very annoying because this is one of those variable enemy quantities. So yeah, I got good kamikaze ships here. And yeah, I died there because I didn't kill the first. I let go of the lock-on too quickly. And now we begin the descent. And again, lots of resources. Use the bomb right there. Don't wanna die with a lot of bombs. This descent part, it usually takes me 3 resources unless I get very lucky. So first bomb here, and now it's the nightmare ship. It's very, very difficult, a lot harder than its first appearance. And yeah, I get clipped there, and I bomb it again. So bombing the nightmare ship right here. Yeah, exactly 3 resources there. So not a lot of room for error. Definitely can't die with bombs here. So this part goes on very well. Now this part sucks. This part I practiced it a lot, and I was ready to bomb here. So this is the part where you try to create the cut, and I managed to create it. It just shows up. I was ready to bomb, but noticed I didn't have to. That was great. 1 more bomb I have for the final stage. Alright, so here, pretty scary part, but usually don't have to bomb it, just speed kill those clone ships. Here I had to bomb. Creating the cut there is very tricky. It requires very intentional movement, and I was kind of late for it. So yeah, coming to the end of the game. Feeling good. Priority number 1 here, don't die with this bomb. And here is a routed bomb that I have. I practiced this a lot. I got it bombless a single time. This part is so hard. I wanted to practice this so in case I got here with no bombs, but it's just not feasible right now. The turret section can be actually very hard depending on the timing you get there. I got pretty late, so I was very, very focused on the part. Don't underestimate that part. So final boss time. A lot of resources. I have 7 bombs total, so you can pretty much brute force this. With 7, almost brute force it. You still have to do some dodging. So I was mostly looking to not dying with bombs here. I managed to delay my first bomb pretty well. This pattern is pretty challenging. I had to bomb right at the end there. Here, Mark's tip for this part is so good. Just look for specific gaps. Know that the 3 waves are completely different, and managed to get it. Died at this part. I started at a pretty bad position, and it's pretty chaotic. Hard to get it consistent. Now I have a lot of bombs, and I'm gonna use all of them. So yeah, at this point I'm just bombing away. There goes my final bomb. And we're getting to the final pattern. This pattern is just so hard. On actual runs, it's just way too hard. This was actually a great attempt. I almost got it. But yeah, it did not happen. That final part is a lot of practice. It's very chaotic. And I got it. That's what the 1cc